are talking about emotional wellness, you have to go through a process. It may relieve the symptom right away, right? And that's one reason we use the mudras and the breathing. You can get relief right away. But for you, for example, to get rid of a trauma, it will be necessary for you to do this for a few days or maybe even a few weeks, especially when our things, they're way in the past. We talk a lot about this and about my mindset, about business, about life, about money. And the other day we were talking, I said, you know what? I'm doing all these things and I have noticed the difference, but when I go to sleep, I have a nightmare or I have a dream still about the same issue. And she very wisely said, you have to understand that you have lived with this issue for 50 years. It's not going to go out overnight, right?
Yeah.
It is a process.
Well, it's something that you've been programming your brain, your body to do for 50 years.
Exactly.
So you think that just because you breathe it once, it's going to go away?
Right?
No.
That's an important point. And that's another reason why people sometimes just leave aside the emotional part, because they cannot see there's not instant gratification as you would with allergies or something like that. But it is a decisive factor in your health. It's going to impact your mindset, your thinking habits, and your behavioral patterns, actually. And your thoughts are ever present with you like your companion, right? So it's we at your disposition. It plays a large role in the aspect of your life and of your health. So it's always there. You may not acknowledge that, but it is always there, and it is impacting also your physical body. There are actually scientific studies saying how emotions over time, they actually impact the outcome of your health. For the worse if you have a very negative pattern, for example. The way it works is like this. Let's suppose you're a kind of half glass empty kind of person. So you have very negative thoughts. Everything that you try, you think in the back of your mind, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Well, that creates a denser energy in your body. And the more you do that, the denser it becomes. Up to a point that it really affects part of your body. One of your organs, for example. So it's very important to understand that if you have that kind of behavior all the time, that you always see the negative side first, you have to shift that if you want to have a healthy physical body, because that energy will affect everything. Now, I just said about us not paying a lot of attention to the emotional side, because we don't see like we see if I hurt my finger. But I like the analogy about our toe, right? You have your toes, and they're there. They help you walk, but you don't think about it.
You don't really
right?
think about your toes.
You don't think if you have 5 of them or not, or right?
Yeah, 10. I have 10.
Until the moment you hit your small toe.
Your pink.
I don't know if I need it. But until the moment you hit that toe in a chair during the night.
Yeah.
Right? What happens there? You become aware of that toe, right? And it impacts your emotions and impacts your body right away.
Right away.
That's exactly the same thing. It is there. You may not be aware of that issue that maybe you had in the past, but the moment there is a trigger, it comes to surface, you feel it, not only on the emotional level, but on the physical level as well.
That is a very good point, because that's exactly it. Many times we're not aware of issues or emotional things that we have going on, because only certain triggers will make them flourish, will make them come out.
Yes.
Whereas, like you said, if you hurt your hand, your finger, whatever, you know right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And it bothers you quite a bit.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
On an emotional